Hello there and welcome once again to Red Gaming Tech. My name is Marta. Today is the 6th of August and I have yet more daily gaming news for you today as Square Enix have posted the profits and loss for the first quarter of this year, and this was after a comprehensive review of work-in-progress games took place. Now, the publisher's net loss for the 3 months ending June 30th was actually reduced from about 2.1 billion yen, which is £13.7 million, or $21.1 million, during the same period last year. And it has been reduced to a number of 493 million yen, which is about £3.3 million, or $5 million. However, the firm has officially said that they would have posted a profit were it not for an extraordinary loss booked following an evaluation of its current games lineup. And they weren't actually able to give us any specific details as to the details of the review process, but it is possible that some of the loss incurred could be related, of course, to project cancellation. And Square had this to say. In response to the latest environmental changes in the game industry, the group has implemented a change in its development policy and conducted a comprehensive review on work-in-progress game titles during the 3-month period ended June 30th, 2013. As a result, the group has decided to book a loss on evaluation of content approximately 1.6 billion yen as an extraordinary loss, which resulted in net loss amounted to 493 million, net loss of 2,077 million in the same period of the prior fiscal year. Now, first quarter net sales declined 3.3% year on year to about 24.1 billion yen, which is 159 million pounds or $245 million. Square Enix, of course, released no major new games during that period, but said that browser and smartphone content made, quote, smooth progress. And they also said that the Wii and Wii U MMO Dragon Quest X, quote, has been showing steady performance. And after posting a 13.7 billion yen loss in May, and that's about 88 million pounds or $135 million, Square Enix did predict a return to profitability in the current business year, and the financial forecasts for the full year remain unchanged from the May guidance. So what does all that mean? Well, overall, things would have been looking better for Square Enix if it wasn't for this whole evaluation thing that they've been doing. And of course, there is some speculation that some of the loss was down to project cancellation, and that would make perfect sense because, of course, if you pour money into a project and then it just cancels without ever seeing the light of day, that money has just disappeared. You can't get it back, it's still been spent, and that is just counted as a pure loss with no way to get it back directly from that project. And of course, the whole evaluation thing probably took up some of it as well. So it's looking better for Square Enix, or at least it would be looking better. But the thing is, even with the quote extraordinary loss that they posted due to the review and possibly the project cancellations as well, their net loss is actually reduced significantly from this time last year. So that's the important thing to keep in mind. They've still, of course, made a net loss, but we've got a comparison of last year, 2.1 billion yen, in comparison to this year, 493 million yen. And while that's still a significant amount of money, as I said, about 3.3 million pounds or $5 million, that's a lot better than 13.7 million pounds or $21.1 million. I'm sure you all can agree with me on that. And of course, there were not any huge games released in this period. Of course, they were still riding high on the sales of their previous titles. But the decline of net sales by 3.3% is, of course, not exactly what I'd call smiles and rainbows, everything's fine, but it's not really what I would call a significant enough number to start worrying about Square Enix's future. That's still 24.1 billion yen or 159 million pounds, $245 million made for the first quarter net sales. And of course, the important thing to remember that they've got a number of big titles coming out this year. We of course have got have got Final Fantasy XIV: A Realm Reborn coming this year, and although we don't have a specific release date, we of course have got Kingdom Hearts 3 coming out at some point soon for next-gen consoles, which by the way I am really, really looking forward to. I'm so glad that we are finally going to be getting that game, even though we don't have a release date for that yet. And of course we've got Final Fantasy 15 coming out, and Final Fantasy 13 3 Lightning Returns as well. So while not all of those titles are this year, of course, but you have to remember that those are not far in the future. No one knows when Kingdom Hearts 3 is coming out, as far as I can tell. I've had a quick look, have not been able to find any information. But still, when it does come out, it's going to be a big release for them. And so is Final Fantasy 15, of course. You know, that is going to be huge, especially with the revamped gameplay. So it's looking a little better for Square Enix. I think what we should really pay attention to is their next quarterly financial information, because, well, when that comes out, they probably won't have suffered such a loss from project cancellations and the whole evaluation of work in progress games, and it'll be a more honest reflection of how they're actually doing as a company, how their games are selling, and so forth. Anyway, that is me done for this video. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.